Bob, you are the marketing genius out there. And, guys look at the Super Bowl ads and they've got a small growing business. What do they do about marketing? They're not going to be able to do that Super Bowl ad. So how do they think about it?
Well, everything is relative. The important thing is to do what you can do, right? Yeah. Look at what your capabilities are and then get creative. Yeah. Now, when you do an advertising campaign, the most important thing is to look at advertising as something that produces money, right? If you don't make money when you're advertising, you shouldn't be doing it. So advertising is not an expense. I've never looked at it as an expense. Advertising is a way of buying revenue, right? And so you measure everything you do, you walk into it slow, and you test, and you do what works, you push it, you do all you can, and what doesn't work, you stop it immediately, right? And that's how you become successful, that's how you get the word out, and that's how you find ways of promoting your business that others wouldn't even think about.
Good, excellent. Now, you talked about early in that first business that you had that one ad that finally hit and started to work. Mm-hmm. Go back just a moment in the early GoDaddy days, before a Super Bowl ad. Do you remember some of the marketing things that did work, or was that really the first time? Because I knew you mentioned you were losing money.
Exactly.
But
what really worked for us is we started advertising on the internet and buying AdWords and very targeted advertising, very measured. And we measured every day. And if it had, stumbled, we yanked it. And we wouldn't start it again unless we knew it had a chance of working. And if it didn't work, we cut it. Now, one thing I can tell you about successful advertising, it works right out of the gate. If it doesn't work right out of the gate, it's not going to work. So this line that people say where you should continue advertising and advertising to get it to work.
Yeah, consistency.
That don't work. That's good if you're building brands or you're IBM and you're looking at it to say, hey, I'm going to spend this money and it's just overhead and it's an expense. Yeah. And to me, if you're advertising that way, you got too much money.
And you knew in a day, how long would you give an internet? Google ad?
Well, I would give it a day or two, yeah, because with all the traffic and the usage, people are going to be on there. They're going to click on it, and if they're not, and clicking on it's only one thing. They got to click on it, and then they got to buy. So it's not easy, but if you're really persistent, if you're really tenacious, you stick in there, you test, and you try different things, and you measure, it's going to work eventually.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome.